The Return of Jack Sparrow. Now, is it possible for any movie to be bad when you have undead sharks? That's right, zombie sharks. It's impossible for a movie to have that in it and be bad, right? And with that, I'm welcome you to another episode of The Romantic, where my goal, as always, is to enhance your movie watching experience. So Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales is the fifth one in this franchise, of course, which made Johnny Depp a huge star, giving us that iconic role, Jack Sparrow, of course. But this franchise has been almost like the law of diminishing returns. Every one subsequently worse than the other. Of course, we had the first one, The Curse of the Black Pearl, which I loved. It's a great movie, a lot of fun. The second one, not as good, but I still enjoyed it a lot. And the third one, which kind of was okay. It didn't end the trilogy well, but it was still fine. I still kind of enjoyed it for what it was. And of course, those two movies, the second and third one, were very divisive in terms of the acceptance by the audience and all that. And the fourth one came, which really wasn't very good. Despite Ian McShane's best effort as Blackbeard, we had a lot of issues. Johnny Depp just got his check and straight to the bank. He mailed that performance thing. He got paid, and that's all he cared about, and it showed in that movie. So I wasn't really excited about this fifth one. They all have gotten worse and worse. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be another garbage fest, or this a return to form for the franchise. And I got to say off the bat, I was pleasantly surprised. It was actually, I actually enjoyed this. And maybe the best one since the first one. I don't know. I have to kind of maybe go back and watch it to see if it actually holds up the second viewing. But I really enjoyed it. It's actually a very good, entertaining film. Now, in this one, we have, of course, Jack Sparrow at the center of attention. You know, he's a little bit more weathered. It's been, I think, 5 years since the events of part 4. He's pretty much going around drunk the whole time. He doesn't have the same luck that he's used to. Doesn't have his crew. Doesn't have any ship. He's kind of just wandering around hoping something would happen. So it's a little bit different kind of Jack Sparrow than we used to from the previous films. Of course, he's being hunted down by Captain Salazar, someone here in his run-in many years ago, who's this kind of undead zombie-like pirate who's broken free of his curse, partly anyway, and he's out for revenge on Jack Sparrow. Of course, Jack Sparrow has to find a way to, of course, save himself, and it makes an alliance with a couple individuals. One being Henry Turner, that's right, Henry Turner, who, and this is not a spoiler, who is actually the son of William Turner, of course, who is helming the Flying Dutchman. Last we saw him in part 3. And of course, there's another one who, Karina Smith, who is this perceived to be a witch, but she's really a very intelligent woman who actually was an astronomer, and people don't understand that. And they'll all team up because they all going after the same item, of course, Poseidon's trident. You know, Jack Sparrow needs it because he needs to obviously save his own ass. Miss Smith wants it because it's a link to who her heritage is and who her father is. And of course, Turner needs it because it's the one thing that can break the curse, any curse set out in sea. In other words, it's his way to free his father from the curse of the Flying Dutchman. Of course, there are a host of returning characters, whether it be Jeffrey Rush as Barbossa, we got Givesback, and a host of others. But what really, I think, and it seems like what really made this movie better was the fact, I think they learned a lot of mistakes from the previous entries. I think it's the shortest running time, just a little bit under 2 hours, taking away the credits. There is an after credit scene, so you guys don't know about that. With that, it's probably around 205 to 210 max. It's probably less than that. Which is good, because what problem with some of the other ones, particularly in the two sequels of the trilogy, was that they were big and bloated and convoluted at times, confusing. It was just too much going on. This movie kind of learned its lesson from that, kind of simplified things, made it shorter. They didn't have as many characters in it. A lot of things going on. It's one basic story. You don't have 8,000 people backstabbing each other. None of that nonsense that we saw in the third one and all that. So it kind of returned to form, more basic, simple adventure. And the keyword adventure is a lot of fun, starring, of course, Jack Sparrow himself. And the other thing it corrected, which movie got right, which part 4 didn't, was the side characters. I think part 4, you had that Christian boy and that mermaid or whatever, and that really didn't work. They were lifeless, joyless. They were really you didn't really care about them. And the whole movie is really just uninspiring. But in this one, the side characters, Turner and Smith, they're great. They're fun. They can take care of themselves. You know, they're savvy, no pun intended. You know, they got that little spark in them, and that bring a new life into this franchise. playing alongside Jack Sparrow. And particularly, of course, I thought was a great addition was Javier Bardem as Captain Salazar. He's really, really good. Every time on screen, the movie got elevated. He's a phenomenal actor, and plays a lot of great villains, whether it be in Bond, of course, No Country for Old Men. And he does it here. He knocks it out of the park. And all the special effects weren't great. Most of them were. But the look of Salazar was really cool, and his crew, the designs, how the special effects of them were great. A lot of big set pieces here. Most of them really hit. So again, this is a real, again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is a movie I'm definitely recommending you guys to watch. It's not perfect, it's not great, it's not gonna blow you away, it's not as good as the first No, but it's still very entertaining. It comes out on Memorial weekends, family friendly. It's a movie you guys should definitely check out. So if you've been a Pirates fan, you've been liking all the movies, you're gonna like this one, there's no question about it. Run out, see in the theaters. Those who are kind of the fence, it's a good, entertaining, good adventure with a great character in Sparrow and Salazar themselves. Definitely go out and watch it. Before I go, just a quick reminder to catch myself and my fellow mentor, the Man Beast, on our Real Mentors podcast. We have a weekly show. We talk about movies, TV, have some fun along the way. You can catch us on iTunes, Pocket Cast, Podbean, wherever you get any podcasts, essentially. And of course, as always, don't forget to subscribe below and feed my need to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.